about huddles going on.
Yeah.
And I was listening to that, and I was like, "What? Who is this speaking to? Who is getting amped up by this?"
Yeah.
And so Kathy was, she wasn't watching. She's like right there in the room. And then when he gets to the end, and he's like, "For the Super Bowl," and she's like, "That was for football." And I said, "I don't know. We couldn't believe what."
I know.
Why do people get hyped up about this stuff so much? I mean, whatever. Everybody's got their own thing to get hyped up about. I get it.
Yeah.
So it's not. I'm not asking how do people get hyped up about that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying I don't understand it personally. It's not no judgment on anything. It's just I just don't understand who that's speaking to because it's not speaking to me. And I don't know. It's so I don't know.
My buddy Mark,
Propaganda.
who's down in North Carolina, is just a diehard. That's such an understatement. Eagles fan, and he was just beside himself last night. He joined us on the air Friday morning, talking about the bald eagle that he had captive in a cage in his living room, getting ready for the Super Bowl.
He captured an eagle.
Yeah, captured.
Isn't that illegal?
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're a big enough fan, does it matter if you capture a bald eagle and put it in a cage in your living room?
I think it matters.
Well, he did it anyways, and
good for
look
him.
what it got him.
Yeah, well, it worked.
Got him a win.
Right.
So who are you to judge?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying not to be judgmental because there's a lot of times where I realize that I am.
Would you
on
do
simple little
something?
things.
Would you do something illegal if it meant that you knew the Mets were going to win? Of course you would.
Yeah, probably. I do things illegal all the time as long as they aren't immoral.
Kansas City didn't score until 34 seconds left in the third quarter, down 34-zip. Unreal.
Well, you see, so they're traditionally Mahomes does that in his Super Bowls. He doesn't lead until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So I was expecting
heard
that, but they scored too many points for him to come back.
I've heard that.
But he did. He scored 22. Well, so I guess in the end of the third and then the fourth, they scored 22.
Did you see the protester with the Palestinian flag that ran onto the field?
No. You know what I also didn't see was President Trump.
He was there. Yeah.
I know, but did they show him on the Tubi? I was watching through Tubi. I thought maybe they had a different broadcast.
They showed him. Yeah, they showed him one
Did they
time.
show him?
Yep.
Okay.
I was watching
the. I must have.
I was watching the Fox broadcast.
Because I remember for a couple days ahead of time, there was all the people hyping it up, saying that he's gonna be the first president to attend, and Travis Kelce said it was great, and then apparently Taylor Swift was mad that Travis Kelce thought it was great. And
you gonna watch the Daytona 500 on Sunday?
No.
Going around and around and around and around.
This is only the second Super Bowl I ever watched. I'm kind of getting into that.
Yeah.
But I didn't even watch the rest of the regular season. I watched some of the playoffs games, but I'm not really a super big football fan. And these sports that just go back and forth, so soccer, basketball, and football, they're not the most exciting thing for me. And I think if there wasn't so much controversy about the conspiracy stuff with the Chiefs being favored and the refs fixing it for them, if there wasn't that element of conspiracy for me, I wouldn't be interested in football. There was
a little bit of that going on, and I don't know if you saw the hashtag rigged that started popping up, on social media.
Well, it's been going. Last year, it was. I don't know how long it's been going on for, but last year is when I became aware of it because I started watching during the playoffs last year, and so I was aware of that stuff. And that's what brought some interest to it to me.
Yeah.
And then definitely, though, this year, there was a lot more about it. And the NFL responded to the claims that the refs were rigging the games for Mahomes. And then it was interesting watching the game last night because it seemed different compared to previous weeks. But I was looking for it.
I don't buy into any of that conspiracy. I mean, I just don't.
It's just a football game to you.
It's just.
Best team wins.
I just very much believe that none of it was rigged, and that the Chiefs were there to make the three-peat, and they had their asses.
Miserably.
They had their asses handed to them, and it was stunning actually to see.
So what happened to them? What happened to them? How did they? The Eagles are just that much better.
They just weren't there last. They didn't show up to play.
So it was just a coincidence that they dominated through their other playoffs games, and then they didn't really dominate. That's the thing. That's what everybody talks about Mahomes being so great. I don't know. I've watched what 6 or 7 football games, NFL games now between last year's playoffs and this year's playoffs.
Yeah.
So I'm not an expert on this at all. I don't know. I didn't watch him through the regular season, but
same here.
He just doesn't seem like he's Mahomes doesn't seem like he's all that good.
I don't know.
But there he is in the Super Bowl again. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
The Eagles were a better team last night by light years.
Yep.
So.
Barkley didn't even. I think the longest run he got was 10.
Right.
He had like 6 or 7, broke a record, the most 100-plus yard runs this year. Not 100-plus games, I guess, for over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, but yeah, he was a running machine all year, and then
there were some stunning. There were some stunning plays. There were a ton of flags that came out.
Yeah, how many times has the Eagles re-kicked their field goals? They kicked like 6 field goals, and only 3 of them counted for flags.
Did you notice the new scoreboard graphics?
I don't know.
Some people complaining about that.
What about it?
That it looked like it was just a free font.
Oh.
That it just, that Fox was cutting corners.
So people get upset about that? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Watts said something to the effect of, we see what we believe, not what we see. You get that? Do you understand what that means?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You see what you believe, not what you see.
There's a comment here.
Whatever you're fixated on.
I think it's more cleaner and nicer, especially when the flag tag is displayed, then slides over to indicate which team got the penalty and the player it's on.
Like I said, I'm not aware of this stuff enough to recognize what any of that means.
Yeah. I mean, I also got text last night at halftime saying I'm going to bed from friends. Like this game is way over. And I'll tell you, if you did go to bed and you missed the halftime show, what was it even a show? I don't know. You didn't really miss anything.
Did you watched it? You said you watched it?
I painfully watched it, and I'm going to talk about that here in a second. But I just want to mention that you talk about the conspiracy and that things might have been rigged and whatnot. They were greasing the poles on Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Before the game.
Yeah, I've heard they do that places.
God. Check this out. Here it is right here. I love this.
The poles on Bourbon Street. Look at that. They're taking a cue from Philadelphia. They have officially greased the poles here. These are antique street light poles. The police say for the very first time they have greased the poles on Bourbon Street. So maybe they're expecting something. Maybe they know something we don't. But looks like a little bit of Broad Street has been brought to Bourbon Street. Go Birds!
What do you think the grease was? Like Vaseline, automotive grease?
I imagine it's something biodegradable.
If you're gonna do it,
environment people
make it like a black grease.
Something that stains them.
Something that's gonna be worse than Vaseline. I don't know. It's just an idea. Some of the stuff that was making headlines before the game, a reporter for Fox 29 in Philadelphia got involved, and what I had heard, and I don't know that this actually happened, but was talking about some of the poles being greased, and climbed up one of the poles. And there's video of that. We have Barstool Sports posted up a roundup of Eagles fans who couldn't spell Eagles.
Can you spell Eagles?
This has been
spell Eagles right now.
Eagles is E-A.
Close your eyes. Don't read it.
E-A-G-L-E-S.
Yeah, good. You got it.
Did I get it?
Yeah.
Did I really get it?
Yeah, you got it.
I mean, the head coach got it right, but
Good for him.
Philadelphia spelled it wrong last month, and this has been a trending thing ever since. 2 headlines: $59 cocktails during the game. I mean, that's desperation. If you need booze that bad that you're willing to spend $59 for a cocktail, and why not round it to 60? Why 59? Just throw another buck in there for charity.
There's probably a few people who won't buy it at 60, but they will at 59. The psychology of it, so that's why they do it that way.
Yeah, right.
I mean, $99, everything's $99 or $1.99.
A $100 caprese crab salad.
Wow.
Well, it's New Orleans. I mean, the crab's good there.
I guess.
Is it that good?
No.
All over social media, this stuff is.
Well, this is the old breads and circuses thing from the Romans.
Yeah.
1984 mentions it. You know, football and beer and gambling, and you got them wrapped up. And
yeah.
It's all part of that. But it's opulence. So what? If this is your thing, so what? If that's your you love football, you watch every game, your team's in the Super Bowl, you fly to New Orleans, that's your thing. That's your vacation. Some people go on vacations everywhere. People do their pilgrimages.
Yeah.
So if this is your pilgrimage, big deal.
Yeah, right.
Let them go. Let them have fun. $100. If you can afford it, great.
We only caught one shot of Taylor Swift last night. There could have been more. I only saw one, and it was just her standing up, holding onto the railing, bracing herself. I mean, last year, people were betting that Travis Kelce would propose to Taylor on the field.
Yep.
He didn't.
Nope.
I wonder, do you think that Travis Kelce had a ring in his pocket this year in case the Kansas City Chiefs won?
I hope not. If that's what you're waiting for to propose, I don't trust that proposal. I don't know.
And if you lose, if you want to propose that badly, just do it, Bob.
That's what I'm saying. Don't do it. If you need the TV world stage.
Well, if you need a win.
If you need a win and the world stage to do it, then I don't trust it. But again, who cares? If that's what gets them going, great. They can do whatever they want to do. It's nothing to do with me.
I don't think Tay would have wanted that anyways. She wouldn't have wanted all that. She'd want to be more private, don't you think?
I don't know. Somebody who does that for a living, I don't know.
Yeah, Logan is sleeping in this morning. It's just, I don't know. Listen, I want to just give everyone a little heads up here on the weather. And first off, snow removal on Main Street here in Barrie. As you can see,
the wind is removing it right now.
Yeah, it is. It's cranking out there. Jesus. As you can see, we are very much in need of snow removal from the edge of the sidewalks. Sure. I have received several, for some reason, questions on Messenger asking me if I know when the snow is going to be removed. Because
what's your answer?
Well, if you park, if you're going to make it to the sidewalk, you need to have your climbing gear on.
Yeah.
You need to have
you need to have a safety rope.
You need a safety rope. You need crampons. You need boots that are, frankly, waders.
Yeah, and you should probably get a call into the Rangers, this park rangers,
just to let them know that you're planning to go out, and if you're not back by midnight, to come looking for you.
Right.
These snowbanks are pretty huge.
You could tunnel through them.
You could.
It's going to take a little bit longer.
We've seen a couple of shoveled pathways that are cut-throughs so that you can get through. But if you park, you're going to be walking through the brown slush for a ways before you get to one of those cut-throughs.
Potentially, yeah.
The city is saying that they plan to be doing snow removal sometime later this week. That's what I've heard.
Okay.
That's what I know.
Good.
Okay. We are either side of 20 for most of us this morning in Vermont. Mostly cloudy. Mercury really not moving much more than where it is, though. Maybe, again, mid-20s today if we're lucky. Tonight, 2 above. Tuesday, near 30 with a mix of sun and clouds. Wednesday, lower 20s, sun and clouds. Thursday, a potential winter storm. We're watching it. And then Friday, 17, sun and clouds. And then the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 2 more storms, both days on Saturday and Sunday, with Sunday being the worst of the 2.
How much snow are they calling for?
Well, this is what I was going to just say to you. The one on Thursday, this potential winter storm, is saying anywhere from 1 to 3 inches on Thursday. Now, have you lived in Vermont your whole life, Paul?
No.
Okay. Most of it?
Been about more than
All
2/3 of my life now. I've been since we moved.
And I ask this with respect, and I'm not trying to upset Mother Nature or anything, but is 1 to 3, is that a storm in Vermont?
No.
A winter storm, or is it just snow?
Yeah, it's just snow.
Do we just say snow?
I mean, if you get 3 inches in 1 hour, maybe for that hour, I'd call it a blizzard, but
Right.
no.
Or do we say snow flurries, snow showers, or do we say snow storm? What is a storm? What's the definition of a storm?
Well, think about rain. What's a rainstorm?
Right.
Usually sustained heavy rain for a period of time. Dark, overcast all day, maybe some wind.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. So if it's just gently snowing off and on all day for 3 inches accumulation over 8 or 9 hours, so
Right.
I wouldn't call that a storm.
Yeah.
Just like a rain drizzle. Showers. Yeah,
Yeah.
snow showers. 3 inches of snow shower. That'd be my definition.
I don't get it.
You're not supposed to.
I'm not supposed to.
No.
So you're saying stop trying.
Yeah, just accept it.
Just accept it. If the media wants to call it a storm, we're going to let it go.
Yeah.
We're going to call it a storm.
No, just like they started naming winter storms a couple years ago on the Weather Channel and all that stuff. Anything to sensationalize and
Yep.
draw attention.
And scare us. Yeah.
Well, because people were so inundated with stimulus now, it's just it takes more and more to get. We've all developed a high tolerance for anything. So
Sure.
it takes more and more stimulation to get the signal in.
Yeah.
So you got to call it a death storm. That way you pay attention and you'll watch their 5-minute weather prediction.
Winter
So you'll
Storm
catch-
Hernando.
Yeah, and then you'll catch the 30-second advertisement from whatever pharmaceutical company's on,
Right.
and then they make their money, and you forget about it because the next thing comes and takes up the space in your brain,
Sure. Yeah.
and just keep going on like that.
Winter Storm Roberto.
I like that. I never heard you bring that
just
bring that
trying
technology out before.
I'm
That's
just
good.
trying to, dramatize it.
Yeah, no, it's good. I've never seen you do that on the fly before.
1 to 3 inches. Local news all over the Times-Argus this morning. Legislators in the House Education Committee have had a barrage of questions during hearing this week on how a new system of education governance would operate successfully. You can read more about that in the Times-Argus if you would like to this morning and through the weekend. Police say a Montpelier woman was selling cocaine out of her home. Look at how shocked you are, Paul.
Yeah.
Vermont's health commissioner, Dr. Mark Levine.
Was he selling cocaine out of his house?
Stop creating rumors.
No, I'm asking you.
Stop it.
That's what you were talking about that and asked about my surprise, and then you said that would be shocking.
No, he's gonna retire in March. That's
so he
the
can
news.
sell cocaine out of his house.
See, there you go again.
I'm asking. I'm not stating.
But by asking, you're saying
You were
that
sensationalizing the previous story because you were commenting on how I wasn't shocked.
No, it's just he's going to retire in March.
I thought you were going to tell me something shocking.
No.
You're not telling me anything shocking.
He's hanging his hat up.
A man is retiring from his job today.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big news story. Thanks for sharing.
It's Dr. Mark Levine. Come on,
It's
the Vermont Health Commissioner.
I don't know him.
Governor's office putting this out.
Good for them.
Who's going to replace him?
Me. Doesn't matter. You?
I don't know.
Just another person, probably. We're all just people.
Would you admit, though, that
What?
you would love to see someone replace him who
I don't know what he does.
has their shit together?
I don't like government.
I know you don't, but he's keeping track of everything
Government
that's
is like
going
cooking
on.
a small fish. Is spoiled with too much prodding. You get too much stuff going on. There's too much imposition of will.
Big story about the fire at Burke.
What was that about? Where's Burke?
Burke, the ski resort
I
up
don't know
near.
anything about skiing.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about anything.
You don't know the town of Burke?
I don't know anything.
You've lived here most of your life. You don't know where
Since
Burke is?
1995. I don't know what Burke is.
Burke is the ski town.
Okay. Is it like a town is called Burke and they have a ski mountain as well?
Heading up towards the Northeast Kingdom there.
I don't know anything about this stuff.
You ever heard of Lake Willoughby?
Maybe.
Okay. Burke. Huge ski town.
All right. They had
Beautiful,
a fire, though? That's too
beautiful
bad.
town. Yeah, they had a pretty big fire there at the
No good.
resort. Battery-powered socks
Battery-powered socks.
was the culprit of the fire.
That always fascinates me how they can determine the cause of a fire.
Me
Like, a whole building burns down. The heat must be insane.
There it is.
And they're able to track it back. They're like, that's what did it. Didn't it burn up? Unless somebody tells them, like, oh, my battery-powered socks burst into flames and I ran out of the room, then they know. But it's just like,
Right.
I don't know, obviously then you know. But, like, yeah, some of these fires, the way that they can figure it out, it's pretty amazing.
You know what they didn't have is
I don't know.
cold feet.
Ah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, man. You got to get that. You got to get that special effect, voice effect on a button where you just push that button. Cold feet. And it echoes. That's what you need. Oh, yeah, that would be good, too.
Yeah, but everybody's okay. I don't know how much damage was done, but, obviously everyone's okay, or we wouldn't be joking around about this. But
Nah, we would be joking around about it.
would we?
Well, because you didn't mention anybody dead yet, and I didn't know. I was joking about it anyway, so I guess I'm just callous.
It's true. That was callous. Chittenden Correctional Facility. Big protest over the weekend. A lot of people showing up.
Where's Chittenden? I'm just kidding. I know that one.
Saying more rehab needs to be done and less people need to be put into the prison, and we need to restructure
Yeah, let's do it.
the Chittenden Correctional Facility. Too many people camped out there living off taxpayers' dollars.
What they're not there on their own free will and their own accord.
Get the lights on.
People put them there.
Their electricity
Who put 'em there?
is on all the time.
Talk to those people.
TVs are going. I don't know. I'm going to get some heat for saying that, but
Yeah, see, it's a tricky one because what do you want to do with them? You want to just put them in a cage, leave them in a cage, not give them TV, not give them lights, not give them heat.
yeah.
So why even put them there? Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Why are we doing these things? It's a bigger question than Chittenden County Correctional. It's a huge question.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people don't want to get into those questions.
Have you
They're
seen
uncomfortable.
Have you seen the robot that looks strikingly similar to Elon Musk? And
No, I
it
haven't.
is frankly petrified me.
Someone sent me the link, but I haven't watched it yet.
It's scary as hell. Those eyes. What are those eyes? The guy doesn't even look human. I can't.
What, the real Elon Musk?
Yes.
Well, he's quoted as saying, it's real because it looks so fake.
He looks like something
So-
that was created in a petri dish. And I'm sorry, Elon, if you're listening this morning, if I'm offending you.
Yeah, he's
probably
he's sleeping
is.
off the Super Bowl. He's not listening to this.
U.S. courts temporarily are limiting Elon Musk-led Doge's access, or Doge's rather, to the Treasury data with sensitive info.
Because they don't want to
What
be
a-
exposed for their crimes.
You have any thoughts about this?
I think the entire government is corrupt. It always has been, and it will continue to be so until people stop voting for them.
President Donald Trump revokes former President Joe Biden's security clearance.
Joe Biden did the same thing to him.
You know he did. He did. Back in what,
2020?
2021.
Yeah, or 21, yeah, when they switched over. Yeah.
Trump says
That's
he's going
a new tradition.
Trump says he's going to name himself chair of the Kennedy Performing Arts Center.
Okay.
And is also going to be announcing 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum effective today.
All right.
So,
well, as long as they open up the capacity for American or for companies to manufacture in America and to do the things that the tariff, whatever the tariffs are on, they need to be able to produce those things in America. Why have they not been producing them in America? Because it was cheaper to do it overseas or in another country. And why is that? Probably because of regulations. So if you can adjust those so that companies can make the things here, then they don't need to make them in other countries, and then that's the whole purpose of doing the tariffs.
yeah, right.
You know who? I saw an interesting clip. Bernie Sanders was saying that he would never do tariffs. Tariffs are evil. But then, like when he was running for president, there's a quote of him saying that he was planning to do tariffs because they work. So these people are always flip flopping all around. You can't trust any of them. But yeah, no, I mean, so far, Trump announced the tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Now they both pledged to protect the border better. So maybe that's effective. If you're gonna play borders, play borders. I don't like borders. I don't like countries. I don't like any of this stuff. Just be humans. Let's all be humans together. But people can't get over their belief system, so they gotta have boundaries. But then if you're gonna have boundaries, have boundaries. Why do we have houses? There's a boundary.
Right.
So I mean, it's okay on that level.
We should just all walk around completely butt-ass naked.
Probably. Just playing music
Why not?
Sitting in fruit groves and eating fruit all day long. Yeah.
Let's do it.
Go back to nature. I mean, that's the thing. Like some people, everybody's got their beliefs and gets so caught up on them. So crazy.
Former aide to New York City Mayor Eric Adams is pleading guilty to conspiracy charges.
Conspiracy what?
Adams himself faces corruption charges. The trial is going to start April 21st. I don't know. I try not to pay too much attention to that shit.
They're all corrupt.
It's just, yeah. I mean, God, I have better things to do with my day than to find out of all the details of who's corrupt and what they did. And, oh, my God. Jeez.
Have you seen all the USAID stuff?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
That's government, or they're spending tax dollars on this stuff.
It's unbelievable.
It is. There's so much money they're taking in taxes and then giving to just ridiculous things like other countries' wars and all these performing arts things or whatever. Fix the roads.
Yeah.
Implement first response safety things.
Have you
stop charging property taxes?
Yeah. Wow. Have you? Did you hear about Trump ordering the Treasury to stop minting pennies?
Oh.
Because they literally cost.
Yeah, they cost more than
more than 2 cents.
Yeah.
I think that's something that, I mean, I don't know. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, who uses? I mean,
what the hell? Jesus,
pennies.
My God.
It's tough because they're gonna, taking away currency denominations then disrupts the entire pricing system and pushes for more electronic payments. And more electronic payments takes away your autonomy because that's easily controlled. They've shown they can do it, and they will do it by seizing bank accounts and stuff like that. If all of your money is electronic, then whoever controls the power and the account system controls you.
Sure.
So not having currency is a problem, but having currency that doesn't have any intrinsic value is also a problem. So when we used to use gold and silver, which is the only constitutional money by the original Constitution, gold and silver were the only money. Any kind of paper that represented that was illegal. It was unconstitutional until Abraham Lincoln, everyone's superhero, president, who wasn't all that great, I guess. He's the first one that started messing with that, I think.
Yeah.
Then Nixon finished it off.
I mean, have you ever thrown a penny in the trash?
Yeah.
I
Throwing
have
pennies
too.
all over the place.
I throw them in the trash all the time.
I don't throw them in the trash all the time. I think I have because sometimes they get so corroded.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean,
the pennies are anything that's 1981 or earlier. I think it's some mints in 82 as well, but I just use 81 and earlier as a reference.
You know,
95% copper, and so
Right.
it's 2 to 3 cents worth of copper in those pennies. So if you've got a penny that's 81 or older, it's more than a penny. So keep those. Those are
sure,
worth,
right.
Yeah, melt them down.
Before you toss it in the trash.
Yeah, you check the date.
Always check the date. But we've been minting pennies for over 233 years now. My God, Paul.
It's a long time.
What else is going on? Anything else?
I don't know.
McDonald's revenue disappoints as U.S. customers spend less at its restaurants.
Good.
Earnings per share, $2.83 adjusted.
Good.
Revenue, $6.39 billion versus $6.44 billion expected.
Good.
Not just McDonald's either. I mean, consumers seem to be voting with their wallets across the restaurant industry. You know, now you can pull up and say, "I'll have an unhappy meal."
Yeah, but people are still doing the DoorDash and stuff like that.
Of course they are.
So people got money.
Of course,
Money's.
they are.
I mean, buying $100 shrimp things at the Super Bowl.
$100 for the.
You're the one that told me about that 20 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Must be true.
$100 for that salad.
Crazy.
I'm going to do a firmware update here in just a little bit, but before I do,
Oh yeah, I gotta get going.
you got a jet, and I just want to say I want to apologize to all of the Kendrick Lamar fans last night for posting my comment on Facebook, which I got a little bit of heat for, saying, I can't. What world are we living in? Is this really a Super Bowl show? I can't believe this. And you know, my brother sent me a beautiful comment, which I would just love to read this morning, but I can't. I just felt like some of the great Super Bowl shows were The Who, U2, Prince, Michael Jackson, Madonna even did a hell of a Super Bowl show. And the list goes on from there. And I was stunned last night because I just thought that it sucked.
Well, why? What was?
It just
It was
sucked.
underwhelming performance visually, or
All of
sound?
it. Just all of it. The sound was off. It was off. I mean, you know, admittedly, I'm not a big hip hop guy. But man, it just was horrible. I just thought it was horrible. And like whatever happened to the big halftime performances where you're just wowed. You're wowed. Like, oh my God. Remember when Chris Martin, Coldplay, did his show?
I
Jackson.
have watched 2 Super Bowls in my lifetime. Last
Paul,
year and this year.
You need some help.
You need some help.
And
I'm here for help. But you're not helping me.
I had people that were like, I can't believe you're commenting so much on your own post. I was worked up about it. Number one, I was worked up about it. Number two, I had the time.
People can't believe you're not allowed to comment on your own post.
I had the time last night to post what I wanted to, and reminiscing about. Apparently, I'm not allowed to comment on my own post. I was reminiscing about
I'm getting too caught up on people
decent halftime shows. And I was commenting during Kendrick Lamar's performance last night because that's how I decided to use my time. And it was either going to be posting memories of decent halftime shows, or it was going to be in the bathroom emptying my bladder. And either one of those options was a better decision, a better choice than watching Kendrick Lamar last night. It was atrociously bad. I don't know what was worse. Kendrick Lamar's performance or the Chiefs' performance. Off to the firmware updates. Have a great day, everybody. Be well. God bless.